Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. I do apologize for being, 9 minutes late? I'm doing better. I'm doing better than I used to. If you are new to my page, my name is Allison Wellington. I am a certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. Every Wednesday, I do this live Q&A to answer your questions around dating and relationships. Now, I do have a couple of housekeeping things. So, number one, I made a big, huge announcement first to my community, to my future wives. And I want to share that information with all of you. So, effective next Monday, which I want to say is Monday, October the 22nd, I am going to be launching my new show here on YouTube, and it's going to be called Marriage Mindset Mondays. Marriage Mindset Mondays. It's going to be on YouTube on Mondays at 12 noon Eastern. And the direction that I'm going with this show is going to be giving you guys live coaching in the moment around whatever your dating or relationship struggles may be. So again, I have announced to my future wife community, and I am now announcing to all of you guys that I am launching my new show here on YouTube called Marriage Mindset Mondays, and it will be here on YouTube 12 noon Eastern, where I'm going to be inviting guests onto the platform for you to ask your questions around dating and relationships, and for me to coach you live in color on the spot, so that I am giving you the guidance and support that you need in order to either get into the best relationship of your life or to improve the current relationship you are in. Now, you do have to apply to join. This is no shade, I'm not letting any old body join, because I have to be careful that there ain't any old bodies who are just joining, right? I've seen other people go live, and it's been pretty scary when you have folks from God knows where joining with God knows what on or not on, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So therefore, I do have a form where you have to apply in order to join our show on Mondays. So I went ahead and put it in the comments. I'm also going to go over to Instagrammy, even though you have no business over there, Instagrammy. You should be here on YouTube with me. As a matter of fact, let me put it in the comments. I wonder if I can pin on Instagram. Comment or DM the word YouTube. This is me talking to my Instagrammy people who don't listen, who don't want to come over when they're supposed to join the live Q and A. Okay. And I put the word, oh man, I spelled that word wrong. We're going to put it anyway, because I think that you guys are going to get it. All right, folks. So again, if you are just joining the live, I'm Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. This is my weekly live Q&A where people are able to drop a quick question and I answer it in under a minute. That is going to be very different from the show that I'll be launching here on YouTube starting on Monday, October the 27th, Marriage Mindset Mondays, where I'm going to be doing live coaching with folks who have to apply. So I absolutely email the link to everyone who's on my email list. I have put the link in my Instagram comments. I think I put it on YouTube. Join me on YouTube if you're not already, so that you can apply to be on the show, where we are going to be doing in person, I guess. No, it's not in person. We'll be doing a virtual coaching session live here on YouTube. Hey, Nadia, how's it going, babe? But for this purpose, for Wednesday, right now during the 5 o'clock hour, hi, Tara, go ahead and drop your question so that I can answer it briefly here on YouTube. And again, if you want live coaching and you want some specificity and you want conversation and you want engagement and you want depth, emphasis on depth, then I want you to join me for the Marriage Mondays. Okay, Marriage Mindset Mondays. That's going to start on the 27th, 12 noon. I put the form in the comments. And I'm going to put the form in my bio too, so that you can apply to join us. It is a free session that normally costs $197, and even that's too low, to be honest, right? So this is an opportunity for you to get advice from me for absolutely free. And of course, it will be here on YouTube. All right. And if you're watching me on Instagram land, you are in the wrong place. Join me on YouTube. All you have to do is comment or DM the word YouTube, or click the link in my bio, and you will get access, especially if you have a question. I'm only taking questions on YouTube. I'm only taking questions on YouTube. This is the place for you to go to get your guidance, to get your support for the free. If you want pay, then I can drop that link as well. You can click the link in my bio and you can schedule an Ask Allison session. Obviously, that's private. I don't share it. I don't repurpose it. I don't clip it up. I don't post it any other place when we have our private sessions. Okay. Does that make sense? Is that reasonable? All right. So let me grab some of the questions that were asked this week. And unfortunately, we only have 10 minutes together because I have some consultation calls of people who will be joining me in my coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, in 11 minutes. So I want to make sure that I am swift in my responses and I answer any questions that you all may have. Okay. It'd be beautiful if I could find my questions. Un momento. Okay. Questions. I gotta search. Sorry, y'all. Questions for my live Q&A. Here we go. Okay. And again, if you're joining us on Instagram land, you're in the wrong place. Come on to YouTube. Comment or DM the word YouTube. Click the link in my bio. Join us on YouTube where you can get the full screen. You get the full experience, and you can ask any questions that you may have. Okay, so question number 1. What did I do? What did I do? If you're new to me, I don't read well. All right. I'm very smart. I struggle with how other people write. All right, good. What did I do if I've been dating someone? It should be, what should I do? What should I do? So it's not me. What should I do if I've been dating someone for years with no proposal in sight? What should I do if I've been dating someone for years with no proposal in sight? Okay, so years is 2 years, years is 5 years, years is 7 years. I would need a little bit more specificity around what we mean by years, right? Years is plural, there's an S at the end, and the difference between 2 years and 4 years and 7 years and 10 years are drastically different, and it would yield drastically different advice from me, okay? I can tell you, for me, I was in a relationship for 4 years that had absolutely no growth, no development, no next steps. I was a girlfriend, right? Like, we were in high school. There was no savings account, no engagement, no ring, no baby, no wedding, no nothing. And I ended that relationship after 4 years because I realized we weren't going anywhere. So many times I get the impression that you guys think that I'm just talking from my behind. Like, I haven't had negative experiences with men. I haven't had to struggle with my dating life. And that's just absolutely not true. However, what I did differently is I ended that relationship at the 4-year mark, and I jumped back into the dating scene expeditiously, because what we're not going to do is continue to waste time, effort, and energy, eggs on people, blood, sweat, tears, money, in something that's not growing and that's not moving forward, right? So I went through my healing process. I went through my mourning process, because you do lose a friend. If potentially not your best friend, you lose a friend and it's painful. And then we start dating again. Anybody got time for that? All right. So what should you do if you've been dating someone for years with no proposal in sight? You need to determine whether or not you desire marriage. And if you require marriage, right? Like, I desire ice cream. My body doesn't require ice cream. It requires water. It requires protein, right? So do you desire it or do you require it? If you require marriage, it is a must for you to be in a healthy, happy marriage. That is the vision that you have for your life. You need to have a conversation with this gentleman around his intentions. Does he desire or require marriage for himself? Now, after we have discovered, hopefully, that he wants marriage for himself, and that's the vision that he has for himself, the next question is, does he want that with you? And if there is a hesitation, that's the answer that you need. All you need to know is that he's unsure. Because if he's unsure, you need to no longer waste your time with someone who is unsure about you. You know you want to marry him. He's not sure whether or not he wants to marry you. And what we're going to do? Wait another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? hoping and praying that something shifts? Absolutely not. Now, what I would accept if he were to say something along the lines of, I do desire marriage and I want it with you, there are some things that I need to work out. I would accept that. My next question is, what are those things and what's the plan? That's what I mean by accept. Accept means, okay, we could continue seeing each other as you tell me what your plan is. But what we're not going to do is, I'm working on myself. I don't know what that means. I'm working on myself too. I'm in the gym. I have a trainer. I'm working on myself. I listen back to my videos with you guys. I talk way too loud. I have a teacher's voice. I'm working on that too. Right? We all working on something, right? I need to know with specificity, what does working on yourself mean? I'm going through something. What does that mean? And does going through something mean excluding me? And how practical or reasonable is that in a long-term committed relationship when we will be going through things as we grow, as we age? We are going to face hardships. We are going to lose jobs. We are going to lose our parents, right? We're going to go through hard stuff. And if you are excluding me now, what does that look like later? So to answer your question, what should you do if you've been dating someone for years with no proposal in sight? You need to pull up. What's going on? As I'm sure he knows, as I'm sure you know, babe, I want to be married. That is the vision that I have for my future. What is your vision? Do you desire marriage? Do you want it in your life? If the answer is yes, okay, great. Do you see that with me? If there's any hesitation, you need to exit stage left. Right? And if there is no hesitation, oh no, babe, quick. Oh no, babe, I see it with you. Then my next question is, okay, so when does that look like? Oh, you pushing me. I don't have time. You don't have time. None of us have time. If you feel like this is aggressive after years of dating and never having the conversation, then that means you're really not ready and you're BSing me. Therefore, same result, we're exiting stage left. If you require marriage and this person doesn't want it or wants it with you, that's the end of the conversation. There's nothing else to talk about. We need to remove the emotionality out of this and look at this from a realistic perspective. You require a salary of $80,000. You looked at your lifestyle, you looked at your budget, you looked at your credentials, you looked at your education. You require a salary of $80,000. You go on an interview, they say they're paying $65,000. There's nothing to talk about. You're going to keep interviewing, right? You need to keep interviewing. Does that make sense? Is that reasonable? Is that fair? All right. We have some new people who are coming in. If you are just finding me for the first time, my name is Allison Wellington. Or if you're just seeing me live for the first time, my name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I work with busy professional women to help them learn how to attract and keep the husbands that they deserve. I do a weekly live Q&A every Wednesday during the 5 o'clock hour. And we have 4 minutes left. So I have one more question in me, only because I have some consultations after this for folks who are joining my 6-month coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, which has helped hundreds of women get into the best relationships of their lives in 6 months or less. If you're watching me on Instagram, you're in the wrong place. You should be on YouTube. If you have a question, you need to join me on YouTube in order for me to answer it. I also made a big announcement that I will be adding to my repertoire here on YouTube. So on Mondays, I'm going to be launching a new program, Marriage Mindset Mondays, where I'm going to be inviting guests onto the screen, camera on, sound on, light on, for me to do live coaching sessions with them for free, so that I can help them get their dating and relationship life in order. Make sense? All right, cool. So we're going to take our last question. And then unfortunately I have to run because I do have some consultations. If you are interested in doing a consultation with me to discuss whether or not coaching is what you need to get your whole life together, then I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the comments as well here on YouTube. I'm going to put it on Instagram, but I don't know if you guys, I don't think that's clickable. I don't think so, but I'll try anyway. Okay, cool. Let me shush my mouth so I can get to our final question. How can I heal from relationship anxiety so I don't sabotage relationships with good men? How do I heal from relationship anxiety so I don't sabotage relationships with a good man? That is an excellent question. And this is what I would highly advise and recommend, right? So I'm going to give you my coaching answer, and then I'm going to give you a more therapeutic response. And I'll tell you why. Last week, we talked about therapy versus coaching, right? Where in my experience, as someone who has a master's degree in mental health counseling, what you see in therapy is that the individual is working on traumas from the past so they can show up as a better version of themselves presently. So past to present, right? In coaching, what coaches will do is take you as you are in the present to get you to an end goal in the future. So therapy, past to present, coaching, present to future. So I say this to say that usually what you'll find from coaches are going to be hard and fast. They have an athlete, they're going to shape that athlete the best that they can in the season that they have that athlete on the team, right? They're not necessarily going back to reteach them from sixth grade what causes them to get nervous when the game is about to start, right? Different animal. We're going to take the athlete that we have, how we have them, and we're going to work with whatever skills and talents they have to get them as closest to the end result as possible. We're not going back, right? So with that being said, something that I would highly recommend that you should do in order to help with your anxiety, because I would imagine that your anxiousness doesn't only exist in your romantic life. I definitely think that you should consider something that's going to help to calm your nervous system. If that's going to be breathing exercises, if that's going to be yoga, any form of meditation that can help you to deal with your anxious emotions in general will also by default help you to deal with any kind of anxiety you have attached in your romantic life. So that's my coach answer: quick, fast, and in a hurry. My therapeutic response is going to be go to a therapist, especially someone who specializes in attachment styles, right? And anxious attachment styles, because there you're going to be able to do some of the work that's important to help you show up as a less anxious person. That's going to be on the long term. That might be 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, a year. Quick and fast: pray, meditation. Harder, but better in your long term: work with a therapist who specializes with people with anxiety or who have anxious attachment styles. That's going to make a big difference. All right, beautiful people, it has been a pleasure. I am excited that I have formally announced to you all that I am going to be launching a new program here on YouTube, Marriage Minded Mondays on 12 noon Eastern. It is going to be a live segment for 30 minutes where I'm going to be doing live free coaching for those who apply. I dropped the link for the application in the comments here on YouTube. I believe I put it on Instagram already. I'll put it in my bio on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. Oh, no, we're not on Facebook. Crap, I forgot to click on Facebook. I'll put it on Facebook as well. Yes, you have to apply because I want to make sure that you are a real human being and I'm not going to have somebody crazy coming on the live and barking like a dog, okay? But it is absolutely free coaching, where my coaching one-on-one session is normally $197. You get it for free. It is on YouTube. So just put it out there, being very forthcoming, but you can work with me in that way. Make sense? And if you don't desire to be on screen, that's perfectly fine. You can book a one-on-one session. I call it Ask Allison. Click the link in my bio. On Instagram, you can, or YouTube, do it. Comment the word Ask Allison and I'll send you the link as well. All right. All right, folks, I do have some consultations. People are joining my coaching program in droves. You know why? I'm going to make them wait 1 minute. I'll tell you why people are joining my coaching program in droves: because it's cold, because it's dark outside. The summertime, y'all don't want to hear me, and y'all want to have a good time with your friends, drinking your frosé, doing all the things on the rooftop, right? Summertime, you're doing your hookah. Then it gets cold, right? And then it gets dark. And then we start remembering the holidays that are upon us in 4 weeks. Holiday season begins. And then it's, oh, I want a partner. Cool. That's all right. That's how y'all roll. I'm here to support you whenever you're ready. But I highly recommend that you take action. You take action immediately. So click all the links and all the bios and all the places in the description to work with me. All right, folks, I got to run. I got people waiting. Have a good one.